Welcome to next lecture of first chapter of our comprehensive machine learning, data science and AI course. Now in this course, we were learning about IDEs and we had said that we will learn about three IDEs, Pycharm, VSCode and third is Jupyter Lab. We were seeing how to install them on Windows, Linux and Mac. In previous two lectures, we have seen its installation on Ubuntu, Linux and Windows. Now in this lecture, we want to see about its installation on Mac. Now on a Mac, first you have to ensure about availability of Python because Python 3.7 is available. So you can first check that. If it is not available, then you will have to install Python and add to path. For that we have already discussed it while installing the Jupyter notebook. But still, if Python is not available, then you can use this command in your command line. I am at present on Ubuntu, but I will pretend that I am on Mac and this is the terminal of Mac, and then paste this command. I will be providing these notes, or you can take a screenshot of the video and press paste this command and just click enter. So this script will be fetched from this network location. So internet must be ready and this curl will fetch that script and this bin bash will execute that script. So that will install first Homebrew. Homebrew is the package manager for Mac operating system, and most of the Mac operating system they have this with have it by default. If it is not available, then you will have to install this. Okay. Once it is installed, I am not on Mac, so I am deleting this. Okay. Now, once it is installed, then the next step is Homebrew is installed. Thereafter, brew install Python. That will install Python, latest version of Python. As I said, 2.7 might already be installed, but between 2 and 3 versions, there is a lot of difference. Currently 3.12.6 or something like that is the latest version. So you have to install latest version. Once you do that, the next step is brew. Okay, let me clear again and again type it. So brew, install and Jupyter Lab. While installing, there is no space. Again, this is not actually the command line of Mac, but Ubuntu, so I'm not doing it. But on your Mac, you can do that. And once it is done, then you can start running Jupyter Lab. Okay. So this is how Jupyter Lab IDE will be installed and you can run it on your Mac OS. Now, here I taught first about Jupyter installation because Python installation would be required. But now let us learn about Pycharm installation and let us learn about VSCode installation for Mac. That is very easy. Just go to the Pycharm website. So Pycharm installation on Mac. It will open to the JetBrains website, which is who are the makers, accept the cookies, and maybe somewhere download. Yeah, here shortcuts are there. So Windows and Mac OS. So select that Mac OS and get Pycharm. It will lead you to the download page. There is professional version and there is community version. So you have to choose community version, and it is free, built on open source. Lifetime you will get updates, everything, and it is more than enough for our course. Pycharm, this professional version, if you see its pricing, then the pricing would be quite high, around $250 or something like that. So that is high, and we don't need it for this course. So you can just use this community version. Okay. Now, this is how we did it for we installed Pycharm for Mac OS. Now, then next is this here Linux is written. So I think for okay here next you have to choose. So that DMG package should be available. Okay, so DMG that must be available, and then DMG for Apple Silicon, depend upon your architecture. You have to choose one of the two options for Pycharm community, and then same thing you can do for VSCode. So VSCode install, download Visual Studio Code, and here you will see for installer for Mac. Just click it and it will start getting downloaded. I am interrupting because I am on Ubuntu, so for me this installer is not useful. But this is the installer for Mac operating system. Okay. So that is how you can install JetBrains, Pycharm or Microsoft VS Code on Mac operating system. And in the beginning of the video, we have seen how to install first Homebrew and required Python versions, because without required Python versions, your Pycharm and VS Code would be useless. For our course, we are using Python higher than 3.7. Okay, so we need higher version of Python. So please see the beginning of the video and then install any IDE. Thank you.